to complement the work of the Horizons Clinic within the sub-region.
The lack of endoscopic facilities, according to health experts, has been a problem in the Gambia, despite the prevalence of these digestive disorders. Patients seeking medical attention of digestive diseases are sometimes referred to the UK or neighboring Senegal, a situation that may change sooner than later.
The Horizons Trust, which is who made this possible, have formed a partnership with the World Gastroenterology Organization, MRC, Ministry of Health, and together I think the effects of this will have a big impact on the health of the Gambian people.
The Horizons project is a social enterprise and probably the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, contributing to development through health and education. Professor James Ndau gives an overview of Horizons project for West Africa.
Some of us sitting here have been unfortunate enough to witness real pain and suffering of mothers and infants in Africa, but we must redistribute that pain and suffering through investing in social responsibility. That is precisely what Horizons is about. We must redistribute the pain of mothers through better equitable health care and economic empowerment of women throughout sub-Saharan Africa.
The new man at the helm of affairs of the Medical Research Council Banjul office said the council, a key partner in the regional training, remains committed to conducting innovative and relevant research.
This is just to say that for us the research is very important. We consider research as a key point for development. And what we want to do is we want to do research that makes a difference. So for us it's extremely important to get research into practice. So what we do make a difference for the population of the Gambia, of sub-Saharan Africa, of the whole world.
The emphasis for this training is giving the skills to our homegrown and regional doctors, wherever they may be, a move that could only be welcomed by the Health Ministry in their efforts for quality health service delivery.
The Ministry of Health and Social Welfare is very happy to be associated with this important first ever training being held at the MRC grounds here. Perhaps because we have our expert gastroenterologists based at the MRC, and we also have the sophisticated machine in this compound. I'm happy to see our colleagues, our staff from the ministry, the likes of Dr. Samate, whom we are very proud of, and other doctors, Dr. Ja, etc. And we want to welcome all those from the sub-region who have come to join this training.
The event also witnessed the official presentation of endoscopic electronic monitors to the Medical Research Council, courtesy of the Karl Storz Medical Company based in Germany. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
The Gambia National Library has taken delivery of 15 computers from Square Mile, a community development program within a mile of the De Montfort University of Leicester. Fatoujan Mbai has more on that intervention and called on strengthening national institutions as well as complementing government's development efforts.
Unflinching political support to the WAMSI project and the ECOWAS-wide integration program, and to take all necessary action and steps and measures to succeed. I urge therefore all member countries to make a similar undertaking. I understand that, of course, creating a vast open zone to some of us could be unsettling and sometimes provokes fair opposition. But integration, we will all agree, is critical for the rapid development of our region.
We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia after this break.
Property partner. Think Universal Properties. Universal Properties is the leading real estate developing agent in the Gambia. Universal Properties prides itself with experience in the property business. Our properties are well located in areas such as Brufut, Sukuta, Lamin Kerawan and Tanji, close to the Camel Safari and opposite the river. The properties have all access to good road networks, electricity supply and water. Our payment terms are flexible and prices affordable.
This is Universal Properties. We urge all Gambians to come on board. We are reliable, reasonable and cheap, because we want to make home affordable to every Gambian.
Visit Universal Properties today on FIB building along the Keraba Avenue. Universal Properties, the most experienced real estate company in the Gambia.
Comium Super Savers.
It's official. 99 bututs to call any telephone in the Gambia. Yes, yes, yes! It's now cheaper to call any network from your Comium phone.
99 bututs to call any network. Truly the lowest in the Gambia.
Comium, making communication cheaper.
99.
99? Yes, yes!
Comium Super Savers.
99 bututs a minute. No need to look at the number you're calling. Just make sure it's your Comium phone you're calling with. Unbelievably cheaper to call with your Comium number.
Terms and conditions apply. First minute is regular rate. Any minute added enjoys this offer. One of the many reasons we say your credit lasts longer with Comium.
Comium. We are better together.
Welcome back. The National Transitional Council in the Central African Republic has been holding talks to set out the conditions that must be fulfilled by the country's next president, as many in the war-weary nation call for a leader who will endeavor for reconciliation. Certain members of the anti-Balaka groups refuse to recognize the legitimacy of the transitional authority. Sierhai gives us the details.
The National Transition Council in the Central African Republic met at the National Assembly in Bangui Thursday and outlined 17 criteria that must be met by all candidates for the position of President of the Transition. The criteria include ruling out any former ministers, political leaders, soldiers, members of the National Transition Council, and former rebels. The deadline to apply for the job is Saturday. The council will announce the winner on Monday. The person who is elected will unify us and must act like the motivating force, a kind of coach to gather us together and allow the Central African people to reconcile their differences. We want a man who is capable, even if he's a leper or illiterate, a man capable of reconciling the Central Africans and to bring peace and security. But before the name of the new president is announced, certain members of anti-Balaka groups refuse to recognize the legitimacy of the National Transition Council. The council was formed under the former Seleka rebels, the already elected former president Michel Djotodia, who has since resigned. We want the council to be reformed, to be made over completely, so that it includes our representatives, so we can participate in the process of this vote. These Christian militias who are harassing the former Selekas are threatening the naming of a new president. If there's no solution, then we will still have our material, and we will take to the streets. Meanwhile, hundreds of Chadian nationals are fleeing the capital, Bangui. They are accused of having backed and taken advantage of the rebellion. Heavily packed trucks head north. All along the road, young citizens of the Central African Republic insult and threaten them. This vehicle, which broke down, could have been fatal for the occupants if it weren't for the presence of African peacekeeping forces who were forced to use their weapons.
And before we take leave of you, a quick reminder of the day's top stories. Vice President Jai Sedi today opened the 33rd meeting of the Convergence Council of Finance Ministers and Governors of the Central Banks of the West African Monetary Zone. A selected number of Gambian doctors and their counterparts from the sub-region have been receiving training on endoscopy and gastroenterology conditions and their management. U.S. President Barack Obama has announced sweeping changes to the way Washington gathers intelligence, and the people of the Central African Republic are calling for a leader with a reconciliatory approach as the National Transitional Council of the conflict-weary nation outlined conditions for the presidency. That was all in this edition of the news. Thanks for your time, and do enjoy the range of our interesting programs.